So where is the camera?
Good evening and welcome to Health Check. Now, regular exercises and good nutrition contributes to good health for now and as you age. These two factors have proven to help improve your health and also reduce the risk of developing medical conditions such as stroke, diabetes, high blood pressure, among others. The interesting thing is that everyone benefits from healthy nutrition and exercises, regardless of your age, gender, and physical ability. But how well can one achieve this? Tonight on Health Check, I'm joined by Muturi, a nutritionist and a dietitian, and also Moses Gicharu, an exercise scientist, ready to answer all your questions regarding physical fitness and health together with nutrition. You can start sending in your questions, starting with your name and where you're watching us from on the SMS 22232, that is 22232. You can also catch us live on Facebook and YouTube. Our handle is at Top TV Kenya. Good evening. My name is Grace Mutiso and welcome to Health Check. At this point, allow me to get straight to my guest and allow them to officially introduce themselves and tell us a little more, like in a minute, what you do. Let's start with the gentleman. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do.
I'm Moses Gicharu, an exercise scientist. So basically, I'm a scientist who dealt with sports and exercise with the aim of wanting to understand the impact of exercise on our bodies. So I'm out trying to help people using exercise to mitigate the issue of conditions and diseases, and also creating the well-being of an individual. So health through exercise and food.
Okay.
That is why we have our nutritionist.
Good.
Nice to have.
You know, you'd expect if you say exercise scientist, maybe you should be, having muscles and...
No.
No.
That is for the bodybuilders. I'm more into strength and conditioning.
Okay. Okay. Karibu, Moses.
Asante sana.
Karibu.
Grace.
Yes.
How are you?
Thank you. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Happy New Year.
Christine, don't go there.
It's been a while.
Yes.
It is so good to be here. My name is Muturi Gicharu. I am a nutritionist dietitian. And basically, my business is foods. How what we eat affects our health, how it can make our health better, how it makes our bodies thrive or not thrive in some senses, and how we can combine it with physical activity. Hii inaitwa team kubwa.
Yeah.
This is the powerful team.
Yeah.
So that we can all achieve good health, not just because we are sick, but because we want to live healthy, fruitful lives.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. And of course, it's all about living well, keeping fit, and also which foods you need to eat. So if you're that person, like somebody I know who said at the beginning of the year, I want to be this number of kgs, I want to fit in that dress or fit in that trouser, and it's only a month to end of year or two. Want to check uko wapi, and if you've not achieved, what did you do wrong and what do you need to do right in order to you still have hope, you can get to that ideal weight. So let's start with Moses. What's the difference between exercises and physical activity?
Well, they are kind of related, but they are totally different. So when you look at physical activity, language, you can describe it as being the ability of the muscle to generate some movement. So if you move from point B to point A, that is physical activity. When we go to the shamba and dig, that is physical activity. But when you come to exercise, this is totally different. It is still physical activity because the long muscles will generate some movement and some force. But now it has to be planned and structured and then repetitive, because you do this to attain some objectives. But in physical activity, you just want to do the act. But in the other one, you want to do the act, but you have variables that you want to measure and see the impact of whatever you are doing.
Okay.
That is the difference between the two.
Okay.
So exercise can be physical activity, but physical activity will not be exercise.
So is it right to say exercise is I'm very intentional on what I'm doing and I have a target?
That is the thing.
Physical exercise, niko tu, as some people would say, natembea tu.
Yes.
Or naruka tu, na skip tu rope.
Yes.
Okay, that's clear. So let's go to Christine. You know, all of us do it. We say we go to the gym, we go. And now, you know, Moses has helped us differentiate between exercise and physical activity. So we've done the physical activity. That's what we want to talk about today. And then when it comes to food,
Yes.
where do we go wrong? And what's the relation between the food and fitness?
Grace, that is a great question. So let's start from here. 80%, our bodies are 80% of what we eat. No, once, we need the exercise. Everybody needs physical activity. We need to move. We need to exercise. We need to be intentional about strengthening and conditioning our bodies.
Yes.
Very intentional. But then, when it comes to food, we tend to pick one or the other. So you find people going on diets and say, I am going on this diet so that I don't have to exercise. You see where I'm going?
Yes.
Or I am exercising so that I can eat whatever I want. Okay?
Yes.
So we all know this meme of the person who goes and works out and takes, I'm just going to pick randomly some tea, some beneficial tea, and then they carry it forward with 5 mandazis.
Napiga mwili pole.
Napiga mwili, anasindikiza.
Yes.
So you go work out, and then now, because you're not seeing those two activities as linked together, we tend to miss out on one. Then wonder why, how come I am exercising and I'm not getting results? Or how come I have done so well, I am going on a very good diet, but haifanyiki? That is where we go wrong. Another place where we go wrong, and I know we will speak about this word so many times today, is a thing that we call consistency. Hapo. There is where if it was an exam, a lot of us would get D's. That a C is not coming. Because then we start. So I say, I saw a nutritionist, or I read something, and I decided I want to adopt this as my lifestyle. Great. Or I want to start working out. Awesome. Do it for 3 days, and these people, I did what they asked me, and it doesn't work. So we tend to forget. And the third place that we go wrong is having goals that are not realistic. Okay? That is the biggest. We have very unrealistic goals. So these unrealistic goals are the ones that make us do unrealistic things.
Yes.
So you've never run, never, ever. You have never run.
Yes.
But you want to run a marathon tomorrow. You have never in your life drank more than 1 glass of water.
Yes. Want to do 8.
Want to do it tomorrow.
Yes.
It's not going to work. And because of that, you see, because we have very unrealistic goals, we get tired and we leave it alone. Didn't work for me. Been there, done that, did not work for me. But mostly, if you are consistent and you set realistic goals, that is where we start.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm imagining I walk to Moses.
Yes, please.
He's the first person I'll go to. I want to lose 10 kgs.
Wow. Okay.
You know?
Yes.
And maybe my ideal weight, I want to get to 40. That was the weight maybe I was, for example.
Yes.
You know? So then Moses, what will you tell me as the starting point?
Now, when you come to me, I'll first want to see why you want to drop the 10 kgs. You were 40 5 years ago.
Yes.
Now you are 50. What is making you want to go back to 40? Is 40 the ideal age? Is 40 the ideal weight that you should have? You see, in the 5 years, there is growth and development. Your organs have grown. And as a result of the growth of the organs, you've put on some weight. So what is convincing you, while your heart was weighing half a kg, now it is 3/4 of a kg, you want it to come back to 40 kgs. It is not working. So I'll first want to understand where you're coming from. So psychologically first sit you down. The issue is not you losing weight. The issue is, are you able to sustain the weight? Is it the normal weight that you have? So after I seek to understand your needs, it is from that point I'll be able to advise you accordingly.
Yes.
Because alternatively, you might get into the program where you want to lose weight. One thing or the other, you add more weight. But is
really?
this weight the healthy weight? Because as you start working your organs, as you develop the structured exercise, and you start doing the exercise, so several things will come up. You'll strengthen your bone, it will weigh more. You'll add muscles, it will weigh more. You'll increase your capillaries and the blood, they will weigh more. If you add all that, then you increase on your weight. This is the healthy weight. Vis-a-vis, you just sit, keep eating randomly without checking your weight, and then it increases. In our first case, we increased the lean weight, the lean muscle,
What is that?
the muscle mass, your muscle mass,
Okay.
and your bone content. In the other one, in the second one, we are increasing the fat content,
Which is dangerous.
which is dangerous. So it is from that point I'll be able to address your issues in regards to the objectives of what is driving you to that point.
Okay. So before we get to the different types of exercises, I want to ask Christine, and I see you have something to add.
Yes.
So I've sat down with Moses, he's told me all that, we've gone through all that. And now I have to come to you.
Yes.
So the importance of nutrition in physical exercises. You can begin with what you wanted to add, then you can answer that.
The thing that I really wanted to add, when he mentioned that we need to know where you're at where is your headspace?
Yeah.
Now, sometimes we even have people with body dysmorphia. So I see myself as very, I want to use this word. Please note, I am not using it as a slur,
Yeah.
but I see myself as fat. Okay?
Yes.
I feel mimi ni mkubwa. But when you do our medical assessments, you're actually underweight. You see? Or your weight is ideal
Yes.
for your body. So it is very important that we know where your headspace is at. Aside from, yes, we'll do the physical examination so that we can tell, is this right? And in some places, we even do body composition analysis.
What is that? Break it down for
No,
us. What happens there?
Body composition analysis is more than the height and the weight. So you see, we have this challenge where people have a lot of, for lack of a better word, people have a lot of malice towards BMI.
Yes.
Yes.
It is not that it is not correct,
Yes.
because the way BMI was designed, at first it was designed to be a populational measure. Like, where is everybody at? Okay. Initially it wasn't a health measure. But you see, because we now have a population measure, people who are focused on health started noticing that at some point of this BMI scale, there are people who are getting certain comorbidities. Okay.
Yes.
So some people are getting hypertension, some people are getting diabetes, coronary heart diseases, and all that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we said, okay, fine. It seems as though when you get to a certain point in your weight, then there might be an issue. All right. So that is how we came to BMI as a populational measure.
Yes.
Of obesity, of weight, healthy weight versus unhealthy weight. So we have certain people in the population. For example, an athlete who is what you described, a bodybuilder. If you take a bodybuilder's BMI, honestly, their BMI is 50. It's because this person is more, as Moses spoke about, very lean, has a lot of lean muscle. They have worked hard, they have built muscle.
Yes.
Definitely they are going to be heavier on the BMI scale.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we do this thing that is called body composition analysis, because now that tells us of this weight that you're carrying. Fine, we've looked at you, Grace, and we have said that your BMI, I'm not saying you, but we're saying BMI is high, for example, hypothetically.
Put a figure.
Yes.
For example.
For example, we looked at Grace and her BMI is 36. for example.
And she's supposed to be at?
And she's supposed, ideally, because BMI just tells us how much weight you should be carrying per meter square.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So right now you're carrying 36 kilos for every meter square of your height. And ideally, you should be carrying about 24, minimum is 18.9. You don't want it to become, will be very small. And then maximum is 24. But then it depends on the population. There are places where we can be forgiving.
Yes.
It can go up to 26, 27, which is still fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We've looked at Grace, and Grace has a BMI of 36. So this BMI of 36, is it because just there is fat, or is it because there is also muscle? Okay. What is more?
Yes.
So we do the composition analysis, so it tells us the fat mass, it tells us the muscle mass, it tells us you. So we're able to say, hey, Grace, it is mostly muscle. You see?
Yes.
So keep doing what you're doing. We see you exercising. So we need to tweak a few things so that you can continue meeting your goals. Your BMI is high, and most of it is fat. So let us work on it. So that is body composition analysis in a nutshell.
Okay.
So when we do that, it just tells us where you're at. It enables us to start from somewhere.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that what I'm getting is, if somebody's okay, we don't like saying fat in ladies. Because they are fat. Umeongezeka kidogo. It doesn't mean that you are unhealthy. You need to seek the professional help to know, are you okay, even as you feel big,
Yes.
or for sure you're not okay. You need to do something about your weight.
That is true.
Okay.
But also, there are things we can look at and we go like, hey, siendi vizuri.
Okay.
Yes, because you see now, in as much as we're saying it will tell us whether or not, there are things you can track by yourself. If you look at your midsection and your midsection is almost meeting the length of your hips, the width of your hips and the width of your midsection,
Yes.
especially if you're female. Kama zinaambatana, umekuja sana.
Need to do something.
You need to do something. We can do some like skin fold thickness.
Yeah.
So how much fat do you have? We tend to just check here. How
Yeah.
much? Hapa tu chini, ukiweka hivi mkono. How much are you holding?
Hey, my friend.
Is the space between your fingers? How big is that space?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You see, the things that can tell, we can, as a health professional, you can look at it and you can say, hey, by the way, hapa kuna vile.
There's an issue.
Okay, there is an issue with weight. But you see, weight is not the end-all, be-all.
Yes.
Let us start from there. When we talk about health, weight is not the end-all, be-all. As much as it is a factor in health. So ingine, we need to maybe encourage you to lose weight so that you can have better blood parameters.
Yes.
Lower cholesterol and such things. You see, now that is the thing. Those are the things that really push us to say, hey, you need to lose weight. You need to maintain a certain weight.
Okay.
Yes.
Fine. We're talking about health, fitness, and nutrition. And if you have any question or comment to Christine and Moses, remember our SMS line is 22232. That is 22232. And the number is right at the bottom of your screen. Or if you're following us on Facebook and YouTube at Top TV Kenya, get to the comment section, drop there your question or comment. Usiogope, we'll get to them. And we'll be glad to have your question answered before the program ends. So let's get to Moses.
Yes.
So what are the different types of exercises that we have?
I want to categorize them into two. We have the aerobic one, and we have the strength and conditioning one. So when you talk of aerobics exercises, these are exercises that will enable you burn a lot of fat, burn a lot of calories in your body. So basically, they'll run from 30 minutes and up. And you need to maintain your heartbeat to a point that you're comfortable enough making a conversation. That will enable you understand if you're still in the aerobic zone. So it will run from around 55 to 70% of your heart rate. Then there is the other set of exercise, which will be more of vigorous activities and the strength and conditioning. So with that, you don't burn muscle. You don't burn a lot of calories, but it enables you recruit a lot of your muscle fibers and strengthen your organs. So it is at this point where you'll push your muscles to work harder, to bring in more of the red blood cells, to build your muscles to sustain the activities that you're doing at home, to strengthen your bones, to sustain the impact, you see, basically to build strength and power.
Yes.
In the other one, we shed more of light. And then we'll have the last set, which will be the flexibility exercise, the stretches that we do. With this, they'll bring in the component of flexibility, ability of your body to move within very narrow spaces with ease, without damaging if it is your ankles, your joints, and the likes. So part of the aerobic exercises, you'll have people running. We'll have people take easy games where they go play recreational volleyball, recreational football, you see, not competitive. And then now when we come to strength and condition, that is where you'll meet people in the gym, they're doing weights, they're conditioning outside, they're carrying each other, they're doing barbells and the likes.
Yes.
Then you'll have the final one where people will come and do stretches as they culminate their exercise, just to pull the body, enable the muscles to increase on their size, to increase the joint range of movement, and maybe realign some of the muscles that we are bending as a result of the tension of the exercise, and even protect injuries. That is during that phase.
Yeah. And is there a specific order that these exercises are supposed to be done, or I can start with stretch, then
No.
How should we do them?
We really have it. There's a chronological order.
Tell us.
So when you're getting into exercise, it is structured. You'll first want to introduce the body into the exercise, where we do the warm-up. So as you warm up, you prepare the body into the activity that you're going to do. So you don't come warm up, today I'm doing weights, and then you want to warm up with 100-kilometer race. It will not work for you.
So what are some of, like warm up, what should one do? Assume somebody's at home right now.
So if I'm at home, and today I'm coming to condition my muscle, so you'll want to do short exercises that will enable you to start conditioning the muscles. An example, so if today I'm doing my weights, I want to start with a smaller weight. So start with a smaller weight, warm up the muscle, warm up the joints, orientate the body psychologically, start preparing yourself into that activity. So you'll start with a smaller weight to enable you to warm up, and then get into the ideal weight now that you'll use to conduct your main body.
Yes.
So after the warm up, we get into the main body. So if today was to do my biceps, so I already know the dumbbell that I'm going to use, and the weight is appropriate to enable me conduct whatever I'm going to do.
Okay.
The issue here is not you lifting the dumbbell. The issue is I have the dumbbell and I want to do 2 kgs. Can my muscle sustain the 2 kgs?
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, if the effect is at the bicep, do we feel the effect at the biceps? Is the bicep the one that is lifting, or you are compensating with your back?
Wow.
Are you getting it?
Yes.
So, because when you start bringing that psychologically, you already knew today my target was the bicep and I'll do the tricep.
Yes.
So are we maximizing on the same?
Yeah.
What I'm seeing in most of our gyms, I'll come, I want to work out, I don't know what I'm coming to do. And since I've met guys doing 20 kgs of the bicep, I also want to come and pick and start doing the same.
Yes.
After 2 weeks or a month, and then I'm running away from the gym. Hey, I'm not benefiting. Now I have pains all over. I damaged my back. It is not good to go to the gym. My friend, the issue is you. It's not the gym.
How you began.
Yes.
Okay.
You did not follow the right order.
Okay.
So after you're done with the main body and we've achieved the objective that we wanted to do that, then we'll come to the final stage. Can we stretch those muscles that we are working? Can we relieve the tension in the biceps? Can we release the tension in the tricep? Because during that process of lifting, then a lot will happen.
Yes.
The muscles will inflame, there's a lot of tension in the muscles. So along the way, are you going to relieve that tension? That is why you'll meet people from the gym and they have these funny postures and they think this is wonderful, this is only to realize as a result of the tension of the muscle, you assume a given posture that affects how you move and you develop other conditions.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
So, and after you leave the gym and as a result of the now conditions, your active lifestyle is terminated, you still maintain the same posture. So there's this slender guy, but he's moving in the
This
chest.
part big.
You look at what he's making, you pick that shape, you no longer see. So it is quite important to structure your exercises. So ensure you warm up, you have your main body where you conduct the drills of what you want to build, measure your goals, and then end that with the cool down and the stretches.
Okay.
It is quite important for you to stretch and cool down.
Why?
Because you peak now, during the activity, your physiology goes way beyond the normal.
Okay.
So you want to bring it down to the common level of you. So you need to, as you do the stretches, you need to really take a lot of time, allow the physiology to come back to its normal before you get back to these normal activities.
Okay.
That is why we are having some of these conditions. He left, he was exercising, he left, and then he went to the gym and collapsed. He went to the bathroom and collapsed. Because by the time he hit the bathroom, and maybe he wants to take cold water because he feels the body is warmed up, the physiology is still high. So you assume, let us look at it from this instance. You have a glass, and the glass is already hot. And then you pick cold water and pour on the ground. It cracks, and you're done. The same will happen to your muscle. So you, even if you'll not collapse and do anything fatal, but you'll start developing the injuries right from that point.
Okay.
So after that, you're done with the exercise, you've observed everything, allow your body to recover. So you want the body to start building the reserves that it consumed during the activity. So issues, diet. Comes in.
Coming. Actually, I wanted now us to link with that, Christine. Important things Moses has said. I hit the gym. Of course, I've heard you say there's some, you shed some muscles. I'm sure at that point I come to you, I tell you, Christine, maybe I've gone to the hospital and I'm told I lack these nutrients. It has reduced a bit. So as I come to your table, you know, to your office, how are you able to guide me from there? And also about general nutrition as this client moves from Moses to you.
So my client went and saw Moses.
Yes.
And Moses has told them, you know, has come up with a wonderful exercise plan for them. Okay. So what we get, a lot of the time, what we get is the person decides, okay, fine, I need to exercise, but they start being afraid, in quotes, afraid of food. Okay.
Yes.
So this person goes to the gym, wakes up very early in the morning, very dedicated, very committed, good job, tick.
Yes.
Goes to the gym, which is also a tick, good job.
Consistency.
Consistency, umesonga, you've moved. Then they didn't eat anything. So the person will try and exercise, but they will not get to the level where they had the potential to, because you did not eat. So where are your muscles supposed to get that energy? Where? And let us remember, food is the fuel.
Yes.
Food is fuel. Food is not just, you know, I think these conversations around weight have really diminished the value of food. Because now we see weight in terms of eat and inonesha.
Yes.
Food is like eat and inonesha, eat and inonesha. Like this will make me big, this will not make me big.
Yeah.
So people vilifying a lot of foods because of what they feel will make them big or not.
Yeah.
So somebody goes to the gym, they have not eaten, and they are not able to get to their potential. Or somebody goes to the gym, great job, you've exercised, you finished, then afterwards does not eat anything.
They want to maintain that.
Yes, I've worked out, I've burnt calories.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So you see, this person will still not make their goals. You'll always be wondering, I'm doing this thing, I'm not getting there. So what are you supposed to do? So once you get your exercise plan, first thing you do, you get your nutrition plan where we say every time you are going to exercise, you need to have a pre-exercise meal. So a pre-exercise meal is basically, mostly it's a protein and a carbohydrate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Why a carbohydrate? A carbohydrate can be anything. If you ask, I read an article somewhere and somebody must tell me about it more. But I read an article where when the runners are running, they eat a plate of rice. Because that is what they need to have more energy. They need to have a stock so that when they do an endurance run, they can run for those many hours that they're running.
Yes.
So you see, it's not that the rice is bad, it just depends on the activity that you're doing.
Yes.
So for me and you, we're not runners. Actually, even walkers, we are trying.
Yes.
So what do? Wake up, have a pre-exercise meal, make sure that it has a protein for just preparing your body to building blocks, because the proteins are what build. And make sure it has a carbohydrate for energy.
Yes.
Okay. Something very simple, can just be rice and beans. Fine. Aina maneno, mchele na maharagwe, rice and beans.
Yes.
It can be a sandwich, like a peanut butter bread sandwich. Like two slices, go eat. Or a banana and some peanut butter. You see, that is something that will give you energy. And then try and do this maybe like an hour before you go. Because you go to the gym, your stomach is full. What weight will you lift?
No.
Where will you run? You run, you feel the food coming. Isn't it?
Yes.
So give it an hour to 3 hours before you go, run. So wake up in the morning, eat, have your breakfast, do your meditations, do your morning routine, then go work out. A protein?
And a carbohydrate.
Exactly.
Okay.
Then you're done working out. Then now just a full meal. So you need to replace your electrolytes, so make sure you have foods that are very vitamin, mineral friendly, fruits, vegetables, okay. Then also your protein, because you're rebuilding the muscles you tore. Every time you exercise, you tear, and you need to build it back.
Yes.
So if you're building it back, remember it builds back bigger, always.
Yes.
So you need something, you need building blocks. Then you also need just to make sure you have again, the protein, the carbohydrate for energy.
Yes.
Ndio uweze kuendelea na siku. Not after exercise, you fall asleep, you can't move.
I hear you. I hear you. Oh, allow us to pause here for a break. I'm hosting Christine and Moses, and you're talking about exercises and nutrition. And if you have any question or comment, get in touch with us. Our SMS line is 22232. That is 22232. You can also get us at Top TV Kenya on Facebook and YouTube. And when we come back, we'll be sampling some of your questions and comments. Keep it right here, Top TV. Look and live. This is Health Check. My name is Grace Mutiso.
This week on Testify.
Tushachukua gas na TV. Mimi nimebeba TV, sasa tunakuja kwa stage kupanda gari. Kufika tu stage hivi. Karibu kufika stage hapo mlolongo kwa stage. Tukashtukiwa hizi kupe kuna watchman walikuwa wametuona au Mamasai. Hawa ndio hawa hizi. Ule badala aachilie gas chini, yeye baada anang'ang'ana naye. Brigadier kashikwa. Alipigwa, mimi nikaachilia nini hapo kwa lami, hapo mlolongo kwa lami. TV kubwa hivi nikaachilia kwa lami. Pap! Nikavuka barabara, kulikuwa na msituni hapo mlolongo. Nikaingia kwa hiyo msituni ndani nikaingia huko ndani, sasa na watu matochi zikimulika ako wapi?
Only on Hope TV, where you look and live. Every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Spotlight.
Do you feel that they are in a place where they can effect a Barack Obama moment?
When you hear the word of God and you hear Jesus is speaking.
Real talk on real issues.
You know, the Bible says faith without works is dead.
The truth of the gospel that will survive the time is not a health and wealth gospel.
When there is time to harmonize and bring one composite amendment.
With idealistic, thought-provoking guests.
So people come to be serviced, to be encouraged, to be empowered. When the storm is over, you desire the closeness you have with God.
Hosted by Reverend Edward Furi. Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content, of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live. Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content, of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Welcome back to Health Check right here on Hope TV. Look and Live. My name is Grace Mutiso, and I'm hosting Christine Gicharu Muturi, a nutritionist and a dietitian. And together with her is Moses Gicharu, an exercise scientist. Maybe you're wondering what is that? You know, he's the person you need to see before you hit that gym. And Christine is the person you need to see, you know, to plan what you need to be eating before and after, so that we live healthy. And if you have any questions, as usually, the short will be getting to them. Our SMS line is 22232. That is 22232. And at Hope TV Kenya, if you're watching us on Facebook and YouTube, go to the comment section, drop there, your question. And I'd love to hear your experiences with the gym, please. And the experiences with the diets. Let us know. Would love to know, and here, did it work for you or it didn't work for you? We'll be glad to hear your stories. So allow me to invite back my guests, and let's start with Christine before we come to Moses,
Mm-hmm.
So what does one need to include in their plate,
Mm-hmm.
After exercises? I think that's where the key thing is. When I come back after the gym, I'm so hungry,
Yes.
extremely hungry. I can eat.
You can eat people.
Please.
I get what you're saying. You see, now you got hungry because initially ata haukukula, you didn't eat from the very beginning. So we've talked about the beginning, make sure you have a protein and a carbohydrate. So after the exercise is when now we'll just have again a protein source. So it can be anything, whatever is available to you, whether it is the black beans, njahe, or chicken breast, or whatever is available to you as a protein. And then you can have your carbohydrate. Again, whatever is available to you as a carbohydrate, but make sure it is not high sugar or deep fried. Okay. And then now have the vitamin source. So again, what we had talked about, the fruits or the vegetables.
Yes.
Make sure you have something that is providing vitamins, micronutrients in general. Again, during your workout, you need to have sipped on some water. So you're not getting dehydrated while you're working out, you'll fall. Okay. So during your exercises, you make sure you are drinking some water.
Yes.
But then now when you're eating post-workout, don't eat your meal and your water at the same time. Those are just part of the things that we feel.
Why is that so?
We do.
Since we were young, we were told, eat sip.
Kunywe maji.
Eat, sip, which teremshas the food so that you're not choked.
Kwanza kabisa, we need to acknowledge this.
Yes.
Most of us only eat. I am looking at you. Viewer, are you the person who only drinks water when they're eating? Have you ever seen that person who, the only time you will ever see them with a glass of water is when they're eating food. They never drink. So when you're eating, your body also reminds you, hey, Moses, you're thirsty. Kunywa hata maji. Simple.
Yes.
So it's important, like throughout the day, you're spreading out your water intake. I know we recommend about 2 to 3 liters for an adult. Sometimes, in very specific cases, in very, very health-related cases, we can now have to be very strict about how much fluid we are calculating, and there are formulas for that.
Yes.
Those ones are usually done in a more medical setting, okay? But 2 to 3 liters a day is fine. Now see, not 2 to 3 liters in 1 hour, and then you're like, when I drink water, I spend all my time in the washroom.
Yes.
I don't drink water anymore because it doesn't work for me. But remember what we said, start slowly. If today, the thing that Moses has said, you start pole pole, you condition your body towards the exercise.
Yes.
And this is the same thing now even with water. You start slowly. If you take only 2 glasses of water a day during midtime, tomorrow it is possible to add a 3rd one without it really affecting your life. And the day after that, you'll do a 4th one.
Yes.
True?
Yes.
But if you start today and tomorrow you're like, from tomorrow I'm taking my 8 to 12 glasses of water, it won't work. It is you're not going to be consistent. Yes. But slow and steady habit building is what is important. So now the other thing that we really tend to fail at during exercise is we tend to now feel, because I exercised, I can eat whatever I want. So somebody will come from the gym, you've done a wonderful workout, you and Moses have won that day.
Yes.
The days you go and you feel, if you've ever gone to the gym, I can tell you my gym experience. I'll tell you. Yes. I tried.
Yes.
It did not work for me.
But you need to hear that story.
You see, I go to the gym and I've worked so hard and I've done so well. Then as a reward,
yes,
I go out and have a burger. Or I go out and have pizza. Yes. So you imagine how it is going to... So you have literally simply replaced all the calories that you took. Yeah. All of them, you've put them back, plus a little bit extra. So there was no point in all that work that you put in. You see?
Yes.
So let us also refrain, especially when it comes to exercise, from using food as a reward. Food is not a reward for going to the gym. Food is there to be eaten, to be enjoyed. True.
Yes.
You need to enjoy food. Yes. But it is not a reward for, because you went to the gym. No, you can have a burger, you can have cake, or you can have whatever you want. Or pizza.
Chocolate, Christine.
Or chocolate. And we're not, okay, fine. Yeah. It is not the thing, because every time you're rewarding yourself for doing a good workout, you will do 7 good workouts that week. Yes. So that means you will have 7 burgers.
Okay, I hear you.
Yes.
I hear you. Then let's get to Moses. You know, as you're talking, I've heard friends say, you must have a cheat day, just one. Just one. Even if it's one day in a month, what's the effect of that for those who are doing exercises and you want to keep fit?
Before I address your question, I needed to add something.
Yes.
After exercise, like we had said, for you to start eating, you need to have at least an hour to allow the physiology to come back. So during that period, you can take in water adequately, slowly, not at once. And then now come have your meal.
Okay.
So as you pick also your meal, it should be taken in bits. Don't just come and do a 1 kg of a meal. Then you load the system again.
Yes.
So just break your meal in bits, because you remember this is what is aiding your recovery. So, and since the metabolism is high, it will tend to break the food faster. So after it exhausts that, then you'll need to top in more. The better you do and the easier you do that, the faster you recover.
Okay.
So also, remember during our workout, you did lose a lot of water, unlike the common man. So we also request you to increase on your amount of water. So if we are doing 2 to 3 liters, factor in the amount of water you lost.
Yes.
Because if you did an hour's workout, 1 hour, 30 minutes, then you end up losing like an extra 1 liter of water. Please compensate that.
Okay.
Because that has a negative effect towards your exercise.
Oh.
We come back to my question of I need to have a day of cheating. That will have a negative effect to you. Because the normal body of a man, your muscle will take to a maximum of 48 hours of growth. So after the 48 hours of growth, then it will start also losing out. And since you're working out to build on your muscle, working out with an intended goal,
Yes.
so it is also critical for you to follow the discipline. So you might work today, have a rest tomorrow, work, depending on the intensity of exercise.
Yes.
Because if the exercise, you remember where we said you worked, you loaded the body and you could not hold a conversation. If the exercise was too intense, that demands for more time of rest. So if you had an intense exercise, give yourself 48 hours of rest. On the third day, workout.
So that means you don't have to go to the gym every day
No.
for you to get to your goal.
Yes.
Okay.
Scientifically, according to the American College of Sports Medicine, an individual is supposed to work, if you're doing the aerobic exercise, you do that 30 minutes, 5 days of a week. Those are 150 minutes.
Okay.
So if you're doing very intense, vigorous aerobic exercises, then you need to do 20 minutes, 3 days in a week. So that is 1 hour, depending on the intensity.
Yes.
So the difference is the intensity demands more into your body if it is in terms of calorie.
Okay.
So if it is too intense, it will dig deep into your reserves. So the more you dig deep, you also need to compensate for that. This is what we are not being told. For you to lose your weight, there has to be a balance of the intake and the expenditure.
Ah. Okay.
So if you do your 7 burgers,
Yes.
yet you're not consuming the burger during the activity, then you'll blame the exercise.
Yes.
And at this point, the problem is you.
Oh, let's pause there and hear what people are asking us today. Remember, our SMS line is 22232. That is 22232. And you can also ask us your question at Hop TV Kenya. Now, one of our viewers is writing in and saying, hello, I'm Gabs Gatanga. My wife is 5 months pregnant, but she keeps on losing weight. What could be happening to that?
Wow.
Christine.
First things first, we need to have her assessed by a medical profession. Tafadhali, go see your healthcare provider. It is very risky because the fact that you're losing weight during pregnancy means that you're not growing as much as you should, you're not building enough reserves. Remember, when you gain weight during pregnancy, yes, some of it is a baby, but it's just 3 kgs, like 3-4 kilos. Like when the baby goes a lot, it is like 4-point-something kilos. It's not a lot, but we expect you to gain maybe around 13 kilos. Okay, so where is the rest coming from? So some of it is because the blood volume has increased. Your blood volume has increased by 50%. So you have 50% more blood than you used to have.
Yes.
So already that is a source of weight. Some of it is because of the amniotic fluid. Okay?
Yeah.
So that fluid is still some weight, aside from the baby herself or himself. Then some of it is because you're getting more fat tissues so that you can build reserves for breastfeeding, which will contribute to the weight. Some is tissue expansion, like you find like the breasts are growing bigger because you're breastfeeding. So if you're not gaining weight, if in fact you're losing weight, it means your intake is lower than what you should be having.
Yeah.
And we need to find out why. Is it because you are having what we call hyperemesis, the morning sickness? You know, it is not just morning. It is for a lot of people. It is all day sickness, but morning sickness that is severe, that you're not able to retain feeds. Question: do you have any other issues? Because somebody might have other metabolic issues that are causing them to lose weight. So let this person be assessed. Tafadhali.
Please, Gabs, take your wife to the gynecologist like now,
ASAP.
okay, tomorrow morning.
Yes.
If possible. If possible today, she needs to be checked.
Yeah.
And while at that, let me ask you, Moses. So, can an expectant woman do exercises? And if yes, which ones?
Yeah. You see, they are all depending with your need. There are exercise for that. Remember what we said. Exercise is a structured plan that is repetitive. So you structure the plan to meet the demands of. So if she's pregnant, one of the best exercises you need to do for this lady are exercises that will enable her muscles during the process of giving birth perform as required. So you'll not make her go lift weights. That is But you'll want to do light exercises that will enable build her pelvic muscle and her abdominal muscles to contract and enable her deliver comfortably. Some of our clients will just get into the hospital before you realize it, the kid is out. While else others will come and they are complaining all over.
Yes.
I cannot push, they are slapping her. So there are exercises that are there.
Okay.
We even have exercises for the elderly. Because you plan this exercise to enable this person to enjoy life,
Yes.
not to go compete. Provided you will enjoy life. I'm age 90. I'm age 95. What are the basic life requirements for this person? That is what we address. We want her to be able to move, pick her own glass, go to the toilet, relieve herself, communicate, but not go for 100, for marathon, 42 kilometers. It will not work.
It will not.
So there are exercises for the ladies that are pregnant. And they are there.
But at least they need that guidance from.
They need.
You can't
to
just
have
watch
the
a
right
YouTube
people.
video and say, this one is. You
And
might find yourself in trouble.
a lot of factors will come in. So you'll need your gyna to recommend that. You'll need your physiologist, your nutritionist. Then you'll need your expert in the science.
Okay.
Yes.
And before even, there's something that he has mentioned, and he has said it so well, that you need to enjoy your life. You need to function.
Yes.
So you see, it is possible for you to be, people usually ask, why are you going to the gym and you're 50 kilos? But you can't bend down to tie your shoes.
Yes. True.
So then you'll need to find muscles so that you can learn to be flexible.
Yes. Yes.
So that you can stretch and be flexible. That is part of enjoying life.
Yes.
It is not kawaida. We say past 30, all your bones now, inaisha oil. So everything sounds...
Yes. Cracking. Yeah.
Everything is cracking. No, it is not normal. It is not how we were built to enjoy our lives. It is not fun that if you sleep badly, your whole body will ache for the next 1 month. So that is also part of enjoying life. That is why we're saying it's not just about the weight.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Moses is making it sound as if exercises is not to be endured.
It's exactly.
It's supposed to be fun and enjoyed. Okay. Sawa. What more before we wrap it up? I know time is not on our side. Somebody is asking, can I exercise at home and still keep fit, or must I go to the gym?
There are two forms of exercises. We have inside the gym and outside the gym.
Yes.
The issue here is the knowledge. What knowledge do you have? You only need a space. You can use your body weight even beside your bed. See, and it's only 30 minutes. But the issue is, what knowledge do you have? Because you only need like the size of a yoga mat. If I have you on that, trust you me, 30 minutes is enough. But the issue is, do you have the knowledge that you need to be able to design your own program and measure your objectives if you're achieving them?
No.
Do you have the discipline to maintain that? The issue is there.
Program and the discipline, which is consistency.
Yes.
Christine, you wanted to add something?
I think at this point I will tell you my gym experience. Aki Moses, maybe you will help me.
Yes.
So many years back, X number of years ago, I went to the gym. I hated it.
What happened?
100%. First of all, the instructor, it was very violent. Vigorous, not violent, but vigorous. I like things that are very easygoing.
Yes.
So that was not the correct environment for me, and I found it very difficult to be consistent. But I realized I enjoy walking. So that, if you tell me, Christine, walk to wherever I'm, that's the Nipale too.
Yes.
It's just over there.
Yes.
I am the just over there person. I can walk that far. So you see, that is something, tailoring exercise to what fits your life, your likes. Some people don't want to be around people.
Yes.
So going to the gym is daunting. Like me, it's very daunting, it's intimidating.
Yes.
Some people have never exercised in their lives. So showing up to somewhere and then people are fighting, already lifting 100 kilos, you're still feeling self-conscious. You're like, will I ever be? So you start from wherever you are.
That is true.
Find what works for you. Yes.
And still with you, Christine, let's talk about water. You must take glasses of water. You must take water after every, I don't know, many minutes. So what's the importance of that? And is it a must that it must be 8 in a day?
Kusema, if you go to the washroom to pee, okay, and your pee is dark yellow, you need to be taking more water. It does not matter how many glasses of water you have taken that day. Even if you had 10, and you go and your pee is dark yellow, drink more water.
Can it be substituted? We have people say you can take a soft drink, it's still liquid. I can take uji, it's still liquid. Can water be substituted with any other form of liquid?
Imagine. How much water, at the end of the day,
yes.
How much uji are you going to take so that it can substitute water? Some of these people, let us leave uji first. The best example is tea.
Yes.
There are these people who say, I cannot live without tea. It's not that you get headaches when you don't take tea. It's because you're dehydrated. That is why you want to take tea. And you feel very, I feel thirsty. I want tea.
Yes.
It's because you're dehydrated. Your body needs fluid. So, and your body has learned that the only fluid I get is tea.
Yes.
It's true.
Yes.
Sometimes it's because, you see, again, tea, coffee, anything with caffeine tends to draw water out of the cells. Even soda.
Yes.
So you'll take your soda and you feel less thirsty at that moment. Then you feel more thirsty and you take another soda.
Yes.
You take tea, you feel less thirsty at that moment, then you feel more thirsty and take more tea. So you keep on cycling. You'll not get to your goals. And you see now things like soft drinks, things like tea, just add to the calorie content that you're having without adding to the nutritional value.
Okay.
If you're taking tea or soda, what are you getting from the tea aside from the caffeine? Question mark.
Yes.
Kiulizo. What else are you getting?
Yes.
If you're taking water, at least we know we are hydrating our body. Okay, remember our bodies need water.
Yes.
Remember our kidneys need water so that we can filter out all the toxins that we've been accumulating. No, people are going for detox. Detox is your kidney. Detox is your kidney. Detox is your lungs. Detox is your liver.
Yes.
If your liver is not detoxing, then you need to be in a hospital. You do not need to be taking a pill.
Yeah.
Nobody should sell you a pill. Nobody should sell you a pill because your liver is not detoxing properly. If your liver was not detoxing, you need to be in a hospital. So these body organs, these very vital body organs, one of the ways of maintaining them is maintaining good hydration.
Okay.
Maintaining good heart rhythm. Also, this big hydration.
Yes.
If you're dehydrated, your blood pumps lower, you're dizzy, you're headachy, you can't focus.
Okay, water is important.
Water is important. Lubrication.
Okay.
How will your joints move?
Oh, that's why we have kakakaka.
Oiro.
Okay. Then Moses,
Yes.
how do we maintain consistency in exercise? I think that was the key one both of you insisted. Consistency. Starting is not an issue.
Yes.
But being consistent. So how does one maintain consistency?
Consistency is a process. So if from the initial point, we did not get it right in our assessment, in how we arrived to where we are, you lack the consistency. For you to gain the consistency will much be determined by the objective that you set and how you decided you'll get to point A to point B. So if I'm able to know this is my target, I need to lose weight. Did I sit down and calculate the amount of weight that I want to lose? Not just thinking I want to lose 5.
Yeah.
So if I want to reduce on that weight, what are these other parameters that is going to give us that?
Yes.
So what will give you consistency is you and the commitment to achieve that and the measures that are there. So if I come today and measure, I have not lost weight, but I have reduced in my GIF, my circumference.
Yes.
So that motivates you to come back.
Yes.
So if today I come to the gym and I realize after I began hitting the gym, I'm sleeping comfortably, it is easy to work, I'm enjoying my life, then that discipline will start from there. Because now you'll start loving the entire process. The experience that you're gaining from that is what is giving you consistency. And that is why you'll realize people that are physically active or are in that life of active lifestyle, they rarely miss those sessions.
I hear you. Start small.
That's small.
And grow it. Thank you, Moses. Thank you, Christine. It's been a joy. I wish we had extra 2 hours to do this. But it's a joy, God giving us another opportunity. We must do this again.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we'll be having some gym set up here so that we get to see practically. May the Lord bless you and thank you for coming. I hope you've learned a thing or two. You can start from where you are at home, but the most important person to see are these two. You need to see Moses. You need to guide you on the program for the exercises, and you need to see Christine to guide you on the diet so that you can get that ideal weight and maintain it. My name is Grace Mutisa. I wish you a blessed evening. Keep it Hope TV, look and live. God willing, let's do this again next week on Tuesday, but stand by for Newswatch at 9. Up next, I believe, is Chiriko. Have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed evening. Shalom, and God bless.